Oh my God, the world is full of surprises, isn't it? A man went to meet his girlfriend's family for the first time. As he approached the front door, he noticed a charred, blackened piece of wood lying nearby. His girlfriend casually mentioned, "That's just some useless wood. My dad was planning to use as firewood. It's worthless." But this man came from a family of skilled carpenters. One look, and he knew the wood had potential. He immediately envisioned what the wood could become once it was transformed. Despite his girlfriend's protests, he decided to take the wood home to work on it. As he left, he said to her, "I'm going to turn this into a beautiful coffee table for your dad. It'll be my way of showing him my sincerity on our first meeting." His girlfriend thought he was being ridiculous. To her, the wood looked like junk, not something to be made into a gift. She even suspected he might just be making excuses to avoid meeting her father. Her mom agreed and advised her to rethink the relationship, but the man didn't care about their doubts. He grabbed his tools and got to work. Turns out, his dad had been a master woodworker. The man had grown up learning the craft and was pretty skilled himself. He remembered how his girlfriend had mentioned that her dad loved drinking tea, but their home didn't even have a proper coffee table. Her dad would sit on a little stool, which always looked kind of funny. So when the man saw this piece of charred rosewood, he thought, what if I turn it into a stunning coffee table? It might make her dad really happy. He got right to work. First, he split the wood into 2 pieces. Using a pencil, he marked where to cut and then carefully placed the pieces on his cutting machine. His precision was remarkable, something that only comes with years of practice. Next, he used a grinder to smooth out the sharp edges. Luckily, the burned sections of the wood weren't too extensive, or there wouldn't have been enough usable material. He glued 2 pieces of the wood together, then found another plank to serve as a divider for the table's middle section. Using a flexible measuring tape, he sketched out curved lines on the wood, cut them out, and crafted the divider. The man's vision for this table was truly creative. After lunch, he found a sturdy log in his backyard woodpile. He trimmed off the uneven ends, marked the center, and carefully cut it into smaller sections. Even the offcuts were put to good use. Here's a pro tip. Pay attention to how he worked. He used a sheet of letter-sized paper to trace the empty edges of the table, then trimmed the paper to create a template. Using this as a guide, he cut additional wood pieces to fit perfectly into the gaps. He repeated this process for the rest of the table, but we won't get into all the details. Just watch the video for the steps. One important note, don't try this at home unless you're experienced. To create a striking contrast on the tabletop, he decided to fill one side with lighter-colored yellow pear wood. Can you imagine how much this custom coffee table would sell for in a store? Back in the video, the man matched all the wood pieces and secured them with strong adhesive around the edges. The table's surface was finally coming together. After letting it sit overnight, he polished the uneven surface until it was smooth. Next, he turned his attention to the legs of the table. After some thought, he decided to cut 2 flat table legs, then joined them to form a hollow heart-shaped base. This step was much trickier than before. The intricate curves and narrow cuts required extreme precision. A mistake could waste materials or even break the saw blade. Fortunately, his father's strict training had prepared him well. He expertly cut and polished the table legs in no time. Once the legs were ready, he assembled them with the tabletop. Crafting something like this is no small feat. If you've made it this far, why not give him a free like to show your support? Your encouragement means the world to creators like him. The final steps included spraying a protective finish on the base and legs, which helps prevent pests and adds a rich color. He also applied wood wax to the surface to enhance its shine and highlight the natural grain. After smoothing everything out, the finished table was finally revealed. The solid natural wood structure looked heavy and luxurious, yet modern and stylish. The leaf-shaped tabletop was a true work of art, elegant and sophisticated. His girlfriend's dad was thrilled with the thoughtful gift. He couldn't stop praising the man's craftsmanship. If you had to rate his skills on a scale of 1 to 100 million, how would you score him? Share your thoughts in the comments.